let's get into the topic today, because this is a topic where my dear friend Sina, she love about it, and she really knows, she love about it, she knows about it, and it's something that I personally I underestimated the power of these. But it's really 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 important as well. So to what we are going to talk about today, it's how to use the different energies, the female energy and the masculine energy, when it comes, to business and when it comes to sales.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the first misunderstanding a lot of people often have when they hear about like masculine and feminine energy is that only women have the feminine energy and only men have the masculine energy. But yeah, it's not like this. So we all have both, but in different levels. So there might be women who have more masculine energy within them than feminine energy, and there might be more men. There might be men with more feminine energy than masculine energy. It's totally all right. And yeah, from my perspective, it's a very important topic in sales as well, because there are so many different situations within your sales process where it's comes in more handy to use more of your masculine energy, and in some situations it's more helpful to tap into the feminine energy within you. And yeah, quick question to both of you. Did you ever experience situations like this, or are you aware of it and are maybe already using it?
Yeah, I'm totally aware of it, that the emotional sides are like there are differences. And when I started sales, I was on the point, and my wife also said, "Oh, women are not made for sales." And that is definitely not true. So there are different superpowers that every human being has, and whether you're male or female. And so yeah,
absolutely. So yeah, but there's a way on how we can kind of use both energies. So I mean, first of all, like the feminine energy per se is an energy that is more it's more like flowing, more intuitive, more like nurturing and caring. And the masculine energy per se is like more straightforward, like having a plan, being like focused, going out and more like in the hunter mode. And I mean, as you can imagine, if you think about like sales and sales process, especially in the beginning, the masculine energy is a bit more needed. When you go out, you look for prospects, you approach them for the first time. But then as soon as you start building a relationship and you go into meaningful conversations, then it's very, very important to bring the feminine energy in there, because what you want to do in sales is to find out what problems and pain points your prospects have, and then help them to overcome it, and help them to find a way on how you can take them on board and take them to where they want to be. And yeah, in order to get all those information, you you should be like a bit nurturing, understanding. Sometimes when they have like really strong pain points, depends on what kind of industries or areas you're in, it might be very emotional. And if you're then just in your masculine energy and you're just in this hunting mode, it might be tricky to build like a true relationship with your customers. And for me, the time when I learned about that was, back then I was an employee, and I was working in a company in sales, and they did it in a very smart way. So they divided their sales team into, they call it like pre and after sales, or but one team was mainly like the people who went out and were in the hunting mode, and were like, they had like the first conversations with the prospects and did basically all those activities where you need a bit more of the masculine energy. And then as soon as they came on board, the other team came in and overtook a little bit more of the nurturing part, and I was in this other team, and it worked really well. And we like worked like super hand in hand, supporting each other, and could support also our customers, and like in a very in a way they really needed it to help them, and to also to be vulnerable, to be open and share their pain points, and we could find like really good solutions to help them. And So yeah, this is now that Fernando and I work together and we teach social businesses in sales, where we also have a strong focus on how we can turn sales into a way that it's like ethical, that it's meaningful, that it's mindful. For us, it's like very important to also teach our members, our clients, about the difference and about how you can use it to really build like meaningful conversations and relationships with your clients, because this is what sales is all about, like meaningful relationships with another human being. And so yeah, one thing we would like you to be aware of is also, as I said, that if you feel like you have more feminine energy or you have more masculine energy, you can practice to use the other one as well and welcome the other energy in as well. And it is actually pretty simple. So for example, if you have the feeling, I'm definitely mainly in my masculine energy, and I want to bring in some more feminine energy to serve my clients better, you can just think about like doing maybe some things that are more creative or that are more aligned with the feminine energy to just get into the practice. And if you're maybe have a lot of feminine energy and you struggle getting into this hunter mode sometimes, or this like really focused mode where you make a plan and you just go for it, it can really help to maybe invite some friends and do something competitive, or start a competitive sport on the side, and then just practice this other energy a little bit more. And it can make a huge difference. I think maybe Fernando, you can also share some examples from your side.
Yes, absolutely. The thing is that also for me, at least at the beginning, when I got started into this topic, I thought that masculine energy and feminine energy was something more related with sexuality. You know, so if a gay person, in case, for example, if it is a woman, then I will assume that that woman will have more masculine energy. And in the same case as a man, if the man is gay, well, I will assume that that man have more feminine energy. However, I was absolutely wrong. It has absolutely nothing to do, you know, with sexuality. You know, it's just the energy, you know, that kind of like you were born with that, and you have a primary energy. As Sina said, you have both. And how it helped me, when it comes to business, when it comes to sales, I was super masculine in that sense. So I was like, okay, like hunting mode, like I have a target and I will go there and I will reach that goal. And like, you know, super focused, and nothing, you know, like will stop me, and I will go just like a hurricane, you know, until I get the goal. However, since I started, you know, like really making the process more smooth, and maybe using the masculine energy to ignite the momentum. Once you get in front of the people and you start talking with them, tapping into your feminine energy, it's, at least to me, you know, it's doing magical things, you know, because you can really connect with people, because you're more warm, you're open, you're nurturing the relationship. And it would be, I mean, I was super surprised with how, you know, these conversations start developing, and you will be surprised as well on how many people, you know, end up, you know, open up with me during sales conversations, like sales, really, like where I'm making an offer, but getting so deep in the emotional side and where they're struggling and how we can help, that people, you know, end up like crying and sharing, you know, like super personal information, like to a guy that they didn't know like 1 hour ago. You know, and that's, you know, something that you can only do when you tap into your feminine energy, and you open your heart, you know, and you really want to connect with the person, and you really want to understand what's going on, and from there see how you can help. When you're just in your masculine energy, you're like, I don't give a shit, you know, like this is what I have, you want it or not. That's more the masculine energy. And the feminine energy is more like, share with me, you know, like I want to hear you, you know. The feminine energy is like ears open, I want to hear you, I want to feel you, and from there see if I can help you. So in that sense, it makes the process, you know, we're more flowing, less salesy, dynamic, you know, and really create, you know, like this bond and connection with the people that you're working with. And what's funny enough for us with Tina, you know, the people that we started working with, they became, you know, some sort of friends, you know, and we are happy when they're doing good, you know, and when they're struggling, we struggle. So you create, you know, also like this kind of bond, which, by the way, when you think about your work life, we spend, you know, we're spending the best years of our lives, you know, in doing what we're doing, and the waking hours we're spending in doing what we're doing. So there's a high probability, you know, that the people that you're sharing with, you know, and you're hanging around, it's people that some sort, you know, they become your friends. It's like, you know, it's like the university. You hang around with with your students, or with your peers. When you're working, well, you hang around with your clients, or you hang around, you know, with the people you work with. So it makes sense, you know, as well, when you build these relationships. So it makes everything more fun. And as I'm saying, I think using both energies is something, you know, it's like a boost, because when you're just one-sided, then you're not just, you're
Yeah,
not,
you need both. So also, if you're too much in the feminine energy, then you might lose yourself, because you need the structure, and you need like the clear goal as well. You need to know where to go. So without that, you're a little bit lost in the woods as well. So, and also
we walk over you.
yeah, and also Fernando and I, we really embrace this in our business as well. I mean, he naturally has more masculine energy. I naturally have more feminine energy. And then, but also sometimes when we work with clients, or we have workshops or group sessions together, and we both feel like, oh, this client or this person now needs like a boost, the masculine energy. Normally, Fernando then takes over a little bit, and we feel like, oh, no, maybe now it's time a bit more for the feminine side. Then I take over, and also we built our business in this kind of way as well. And not too long ago, we had a conversation like, okay, I think now it's time to define some roles, because until then we are both kind of like doing everything together. And then we're like, okay, so let's define roles. But we also, the first thing we said, yeah, we don't want to have like the typical corporate roles. So let's make it us. And we ended up with, Fernando's role is he's the enlightened warrior of the tribe, and I'm the queen of the tribe. But what we mean by this is basically that, yeah, Fernando is like more like the person on the front, going out and growing our tribe. So where he can also bring in more of his masculine energy, and I am more like the nurturing person and in the background with the community, more interacting with the community, making sure that everyone is happy, everyone feels good. And then naturally, like different tasks within the business, come into my area, and some others are more into his area. But yeah, this is how we divided it. It's basically also based on the energies.
Yes. So to make it like also like very practical, and for you guys, I mean, now that I understand a bit better, what are you doing? Definitely when going out, you know, and working as well with other people, because if you, in your case, you're head of sales, you're working probably with a team. In your case, Christine, you're working with different social entrepreneurs. Also, like to be mindful when you're interacting with them. Which kind of energy is the one, you know, that they're always carrying, you know, and invite them as well to maybe to tap into the other energy. So in case of social entrepreneurs in general, they have a big feminine energy, because normally it's people that like to give and give. So normally it's people, you know, that need to tap a little bit more of the time, you know, into the masculine energy, so they can go out and actually take a little bit, you know, in the good sense. Or sometimes as well in your case, Samara, that you're in sales, sometimes people, the profile in sales, you know, it's a profile that it's normally people very driven, you know, and it's, you know, in the disc, it's the red, you know, like very goal oriented and going, you know, and structure, very masculine. Sometimes, you know, tapping into a little bit into the feminine energy as well will actually help you boost yourself. So in that sense, being aware of your surroundings and the people that interact with it can help a lot, really can bring massive difference. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Today was a different topic, however, I believe, you know, a very, very important one, because these soft skills are the ones, you know, that makes the difference, and are the ones actually that we want to bring into the market, because this is also like transition to a new economy. Well, we want to use, you know, female energy and masculine energy, and the business world until today, it's very much dominated by the masculine energy, which is very much driven about profits. and well, this is where we're heading now.
Just one idea I just have when you talked about it, which is great, because I never thought of the feminine and masculine energy that really is the power of diversity teams. And but we always do a check-in in meetings. When we start a meeting, you go in and you say how you feel in that situation, which is a feminine energy.
Yeah.
And when you do this with clients, I just started it with in sales talks. So we had sales talks, and there were like banking guys, managers, 50 years old, you know, masculine power. And I was telling them, okay, we do a little check-in. How do you feel? And with what emotion are you here? And they're like, and like, well, I don't know. And okay, I start. I didn't sleep that good that night because blah, blah, blah. And but I'm happy, and because sun is shining and blah. And they're like, okay, yeah, I've slept pretty good. But then they're coming, like then they're thinking and they're talking about their emotions, and this feminine energy is in the meeting. They wanted to play their masculine role, but the feminine energy is there from the start of the beginning. And this, I don't know, I tested it 3 times now, but that really worked in putting both energies in the meeting.
I love that. Thank you for sharing.
I love it. And I'm taking notes on that, because I think it's a really good idea on how to bring the feminine energy into the room when it's primarily dominated by the masculine one. Yeah, but this was an idea that I just have when I heard it, that the thing is the energy. Yeah. I thought, well, it's just good to start like this. But why it's good, that's something that you just explained to me.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. Yeah, but it's amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Xaver. Yeah, I'm taking notes, by the way.
That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, of course. We all learn during the process.
Exactly, so that's why we're here. This is what I love so much about those kind of setups. And also, do you have any other questions? Awesome.
No, this was really good hearing the more about the concept, because I have heard before, but like how to use it really in the business or sales. This was an interesting context to that. So, and thanks for sharing this example. So yeah.
Great, awesome. So, well, we had again a great start of the day. Wish you both an awesome day ahead. Well, here in Hamburg, the sun is slightly shining, so that's good. So perhaps, you know, that would be a good idea to go around for a walk. So hope also that the weather it's going well with you girls. And wish you also an awesome weekend ahead. And thank you for joining, and talk to you soon.